Right, so this is the rest of the book of Joshua, Judges chapter 19, verse 7. Now it says that, and when the man rose up to depart, his father-in-law urged him. Therefore he lodged there again. And he rose early in the morning on the 5th day to depart. And the damsel's father said, Comfort thine heart, I pray thee. And they tarried until afternoon. And they did eat both of them. And when the man rose up to depart, he and his concubine, and his servant, his father-in-law, the damsel's father, said unto him, Behold, now the day draweth toward evening. I pray you, tarry all night. Behold, the day groweth to an end. Lodge here, that thine heart may be merry. And tomorrow get you early on your way, that thou mayest go home. But the man would not tarry that night. But he rose up and departed, and came against Jebus, which is Jerusalem. They keep on irritatingly removing the colors. And there, by the way, the Jebusites was in Jerusalem. By the way, here you see it again. And there were with him 2 asses saddled. His concubine also was with him. And when they were by Jebus, which is Jerusalem, the day was far spent. And the servant said unto his master, Come, I pray thee, let us turn in into this city of the Jebusites and lodge in it. Because they didn't have a big problem with them, but they weren't our people, and they had other gods while being in the midst of us. That's one of the reasons why the Israelites started to worship it, because it was right there for them to see, and the filthy things that they was doing. And his master said unto him, We will not turn aside hither into a city of a stranger that was in the midst of us. Which is, well, not this one. Well, yeah, this one. No, sorry. Which is this one. And or one of them could be or this one. You had Israelite servants, Hebrew servants, but the heathen nations were not allowed, because it says here you had, but every man's servant that is bought for money, so let me read on. When thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. So this is a servant that is allowed to eat of the holy meal, the Passover. But this hired servant is not allowed to eat of the holy meal on the Passover. So what type of hired servant is that? I'm going to give you an example. in slavery from Esau toward the Jacob descendants, you had slaves, and then you had workers that was working for Esau on a payroll. Yes, that's the truth. You had them. That's why you had here. You had so-called black people that had automobile things in these days. We had these things. We built these things. Meanwhile, other Jakes was not doing that good. But in the midst of us, you still had Jakes doing good. This is not the slavery time, but still. This is just for an example. In these days, you had 12 days of slavery. 12 days of slavery. 12 years of slavery. Huh? What the fuck? I just typed in 12. And it popped up. 12 years a slave. Listening to me. 12 years as slaves, right? So that shows you that. Sorry, I was focusing on this. This shows you that this man had his own money. He had his own things. And the caucus, the Edomites, they couldn't stand it. They was like, it's free slave. Slave you. And so they did. But he was a free man. He was born free. He worked. He had his own money. He had his own clothing. You know? He bought his own clothing. That's what I mean. He wasn't given clothing to wear. Well, when he was in slavery, he was given clothing to wear. But other than that, he had his own clothing. Like he wait. In a suit and tie. They put him in a suit. In the beginning, he had on a suit. Look. See, that's what I mean with he had his own clothing. He had his own money. That's what I mean. And then when they took him and they tricked him, he didn't look like this no more. He looked like a person from England, by the way. But he didn't look like that no more. Because I think this devil, this devil? I think he the one that tricked him. I don't know. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I only saw it one time, by the way. Most movies I have seen one time. Because, yeah, it's kind of, But anyway, that's another story. But then he was given clothing. So, clearly, in the time of slavery still, you had free slave descendants, free Jacob descendants, and then you had slaves, in the other part of town or something like that. Well, it's the same thing here. You had other heathen nations that used to work for us. Sorry. You had Jacob descendants that used to work for Esau and get paid and had their own things, their own money, their own clothing and stuff like that, their own food. And then you had slaves of Esau that were fed, they were watered, they were clothed and stuff like that. And the other ones, they could buy their own clothing, buy their own food, and buy their own water because they were free slaves. There was a difference. So it's kind of the same here. You had hired servants, and then you had, those were not allowed. And then you had hired servants also, but from the Hebrew Israelites. So if they were circumcised, they were allowed to eat of the meal. And also, let me see here. Right, let me finish this real quick. Numbers chapter 51, Numbers 1 and 52. So it explains in 51 that, let me read it again. The Levite shall set it up, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death, right? Now you had Israelite foreigners that was not familiar or something like that, because this is also written for their future. Because later on it did happen that you had Israelites that didn't know the law. Look at Nehemiah. In the time of Nehemiah, you had the Israelites that didn't know the law. So he smacked a few of them, but they didn't know the law. And in the book of Ezra chapter 9, they are willingly kind of keeping their children ignorant, so then therefore they didn't know the law. So if one of them was to come near, at that time, I'm just giving an example, they would be put to death. Okay, so this for the strangers, whether it be Israelite foreigners or the actual strangers. But here, it's going to show you that it's also for the Israelites. So it says here, Numbers chapter 18, verse 6. And I, behold, I have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the children of Israel, the sons of Israel, it should say. To you they are given as a gift for the Heavenly Father to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. So they're waiters. They're waiting for you. Therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep the priest's office for everything of the altar and within the veil. And ye shall serve. I have given your priest's office unto you as a service of gift, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. Matthew 18 and 20. Here, let me just go to the point. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. So this counts for the Israelites. Now it counted for the strangers of the heathen nations. It counted for the strangers that were kind of alienated from the law of the Levites. Now, if you want to double check that, you can check out the book of Ezra chapter 2, and also First Ezra, and also Nehemiah. you will see that the Israelites that came from Babylon, they didn't know what they were. They didn't know. They was like, oh shit, are we Levites or are we not Levites? Or what's going on? What's the law? What's the law again? What's the law again? They didn't know. And then the ones that did know, they said, okay, you can't be partakers of the holy things because you might die. The Lord's going to kill you. So guess what? Once the Heavenly Father raises up a high priest, I think that's 1 Ezra 5 or 1 Ezra 4. Once the Lord raises up a high priest, clothed with truth and doctrine, then he shall know if you are a Levite or not, and then therefore you can come and do the Levite service, or else you're going to die. I'm not sure, and I don't want blood on my hands, basically, because if I tell you you can touch the Ark of the Covenant, and I'm not sure if you were Levite, then it's my fault, because I allowed you, because you came from the captivity, and yeah, I just allowed you to touch that thing. I don't know who you are. You might not be a Levite. And we're going to find out if you touch that thing. We're going to find out if you are or not. I'm not taking that risk. So that was that part. So going back to over here, the book of Judges, chapter 19, verse. We will not turn aside into hither. Sorry. We will not turn aside hither into the city of a stranger, which were the actual. Let me look up this word here. Let me see. Judges 19 and 12. I think it's going to say Nakar. But I do know sometimes, look, sometimes it says Nakariya, sometimes it says Gadiya. There's a few others There's a few others. But like I said, we understand what it means. Lord willing, we do. Now, what's it? Judges 19. Sometimes it says Zakar or something like that. Zakar. But yeah, the point is that it's all to be explained. Very simple, Lord willing. He's going to make it very easy for you to understand it. And for the rest of the Jacob descendant, it's going to be hard. They're going to struggle. So it says here, Judges 19 and 12. And his master said unto him, we will turn aside hither. We will not turn aside. So the Levite said unto his servant, we will not turn aside hither into the city of a stranger that is not of the sons of Israel. You see that word again? Hebrew 11:21. If you go here, oh yeah, Exodus 12. Exodus 12:43. Here, the son of a stranger. So let me see here again. Here, it says here, so don't go into the city of the stranger, it says here. Hebrew 5:2-3-7. See, it says Nakariya. It's the same thing. Nakariya. I mean, you have here different, here, Nakariyam, which is plural, PL. I think this one is adjective. I don't understand this word, by the way. But I have read it before. Adjective, plural, noun, something like that. I don't know. I think this is the F one. Oh, this is second form. Strange. They are strangers. Alien, which is a stranger again. Different, outlandish, outside of the land. Strange. Also could be applied to, let me see, a strange woman, which is adultery, but a strange woman is also a Nakariya woman. Nakariya, with H. It's also representative of a false doctrine, because the doctrines are seen as women. This truth is seen as a woman. So, okay, let me not talk too much. I'll try and explain it in another video. Unfamiliar, figuratively. But yeah, so this one is Nakariya, but what the root word is Nakar. So this is Nakariya, but the root word of Nakariya is Nakar. And the root word therefore is Nakar. And that's it then. Which goes to act as alien and to disguise oneself. We also turned into Nakars because we acted as heathen nations. Like those pictures that I showed you from those so-called black people that trying to be some goth devil shit or whatever. Yeah, you gonna look at them like y'all strange, man. You know, y'all just strange. Maybe y'all some tear babies, I don't know. You could be, it could be. I don't know what you are. Or maybe you just like that stuff. It's like a bark. Now, if I put it in a sentence, then you're going to understand what I just said. Bark. You know, it's like, yeah, he was leaning against the bark. Okay, now you know what I'm talking about. Oh, did you hear that? Yeah, now you know the other one that I'm talking about. You sound like you know, if I put it in a sentence, you're going to know what I'm talking about. It's just like bark, make it cry like a dog, or a bark of a tree, you know? So you have a word that has different meanings depending on how you put it in the sentence. So yeah. So right, that part. So going back to over here, that is not of the son. Oh, yeah, that word son here. This word, Hebrew 11:21. That's ban. Banyamyan, by the way. In the English, you would say ben. But what does Ben mean? It means son. And what does Benjamin, his name, mean? Banyamyan, son of righteous, or son of the right hand, something like that. Son of the right. You know, the right side. Right. So yeah, here, going back to over here. This is not that is not of the sons of Israel. We will pass over to Gibeah, which is so here. And I think they came from here. Jebus. It's somewhere in Bethlehem, Judah. So somewhere around here is Bethlehem, Judah. Anyway, so they walked over here to go to Mount Ephraim, or whatever place he came. I think he came from somewhere there, or something like that. But anyway, so he was trying to get back home. No, I don't need this one. Yeah, Jerusalem here, and the location of the Ark of the Covenant. And, don't need that. Benjamin. Oh yeah, this is the fight. Right, so I'll get to that later. So going on back to over here. Judges chapter 19, verse 13. And he said unto his servant, Come, and let us draw near to one of these places to lodge all night in Gibeah, or in Ramah. And Gibeah and Ramah were known for having Benjamites there. You can, kinda, to a certain degree, because you can kind of find it here, which is, I think it was 1 Samuel 19, where it says here at verse 19. 1 Samuel 19, verse 19. I'll start at 18 maybe then. It says here that, let me see. So David fled and escaped and came to Samuel in Ramah, and told him all that Saul had done to him. And he and Saul went and dwelt in Naioth. Okay. And it was told Saul, saying, Behold, David is in Naioth in Ramah. And Saul sent messenger to take David, but, you know, it's around that place over there. I could kind of say I'm not sure, but yeah, just to get it in your head that those tribes were there. Let's just say that. So, and they passed on and went their way. And the sun went down upon them when they were by Gibeah, which belongeth to Benjamin. Let me see something here. Oh yeah, by the way, if you read this, then you will see that the Heavenly Father, you know, you read it for yourself. You're going to see. Lord willing, I'm going to get to it anyway in the future, but yeah, it was funny. Lord can make you crazy. That's what he can do. That's the point of that thing over there. So verse 14. So it says here, and they passed on and went their way. And the sun went down upon them when they were by Gibeah, which belongeth to Benjamin. That's what I said, right? I said Benjamin, right? If I'm correct, that's what I said. I actually forgot what I just said right there. Yeah, I think it was Benjamin. Yeah, Ramah and Benjamin somewhere there. Right, Gibeah. Going on. And they turned aside thither to go in and to lodge in Gibeah. And when he went in, he set him down. He set him down in the street of the city. So he basically sat on the ground. And there was no man that took them into his house to lodging. And behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field at even, which is evening, which was also of Mount Ephraim, and he sojourned in Gibeah. But the men of the place were Benjamites, because it was their area. Well, they had that place then, at that time. And when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a way-wearing man in the street of the city. And the old man said, Whither goest thou, and whence comest thou? Well, it doesn't say if the man was a Levite or not. It just says he was also from Mount Ephraim. I don't know what he was. I never looked it up because, yeah. Well, I looked at it, but he didn't say it in this picture, so I didn't go deeper to look in it, so I just left it. When he okay, so I already read that. And he said unto him, we are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, toward the side of Mount Ephraim. From thence I am. And I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of Yahweh, and there is no man that receiveth me to house. Yet there is both straw and provender for our asses, your donkeys, and there is bread and wine also for me, and for my handmaid, and for the young man which is with thy servants. There is no want of anything. And by the way, if you come to a place back in the days, if you would really, the people were respectful in those days. They would say, "I'm your servant at your disposal" and stuff like that, because he's your host, and therefore your most humble thing to do is to serve him. He's opening his door to you and stuff like that. Whatever. You had certain occasions like that, whatever type, out of respect and stuff like that. Going on, you would say, I am yet thy servant. And the old man said, Peace be with thee. Howsoever, let all thy wants lie upon me, only lodge not in the street. So basically, whatever you want, I'm gonna take care of it. Just don't sleep in the street. I don't want that. So he brought them into his house and gave provender unto the asses, which is grass. And they washed their feet and did eat and drink, because it was most likely dusty, because they didn't have no Nikes on or some fake ass Timberlands and stuff like that. They had sandals or slippers or different type of shoes with holes in it, and that the dust would come upon your feet, because there were no asphalted places like that all over the world, especially not in that region. Now, as they were making their hearts merry by drinking wine, because he had wine, he said that he had wine. Where is it again? Wine for me also here. Behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, which is the devil. These were a bunch of devil worshippers. Now you can find it out here what that means in 22, if you don't know what that means. The sons of Eli were also sons of Belial. But anyway, Belial is Baal. Belial. You have Arabs with this name. Belial, and stuff like that. Belial or Belial. Basically worthless. But it goes into Worthlessness, destruction, sons of people that need to be destroyed. Torrents of hell. It goes to devil worshiper guys, like people that are just wicked and they just do anything. If you offer them, okay, man, you know what I'm saying, just an evil, wicked thing, man. Oh yeah. For example, if you want some money, why don't you just sacrifice your family members or a beloved one? He'll do it. He'll do it. He don't care. Those type of people. Those are the sons of Belial. A worthless piece of shit that you should never trust in your mama's life. Never trust them. Never. Those type of people will sell their own mother just for some money. Not kidding. That's being very serious. Right, so going on. Sons of Belial. Beset the house round. They're also, these type of people are Sodom. Oh, the type of sons of Belial are the type of people that are in jail raping other guys. Those are one of the many sons of Belial. Because that's exactly what they were trying to do to this man. These are the type of guys that are in jail, all strong, tough, buffed up. You know what I'm saying? But they feed on little boys. They feed on other dudes, other men, young boys, men, whatever, man. You know. Beset the house round about, and beat at the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, Bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him. That's fucked up. How do you know your wife? How is it pronounced in the scriptures? That's not my type. Of having sex with your wife. And, I think it was 3? No, 4 then. Genesis 4:1. And Adam knew his wife, and she conceived. That's how you know a woman. And that is what they wanted to do with him. And they did the same thing in Sodom and Gomorrah when the angels came to Sodom and Gomorrah, and they wanted to know the men. And they smote the men that were at the door with blindness. It's the same thing. They was at the door knocking, trying to get up in the door. And Lot shut the door. Let me see here. And he said almost kind of the same thing. Let me read it real quick. Okay, you can read the rest for yourself if you have the time. From Genesis chapter 19, verse 1 until verse 11. It's actually almost the whole chapter. And the Lord burnt them all, which was a beautiful thing. But I'll show you what they did. Now, these were Canaanites, by the way. At that, Hamites, yeah. But the sons of Canaan, which were... there was some sons of Belial too, man. Some demonic type of guys. Genesis chapter 19, verse 4. Let me see. That's not it for. No. Okay. So he did invite them. So, and he pressed upon them greatly. So Lot pressed upon these men greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house. And he made a feast. And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, which were Canaanites, compassed the house round about. Compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. Some old dudes were there too. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. Damn, another buster, another situation like that. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door behind after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Wow. He was willing to sacrifice the virginity of his daughters just to save these 2 men, which were 2 angels. I don't think he knew that, by the way, at that time. Only unto these men do nothing. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. Yeah, to be protected from guys like you. Because he knows around who he's living. In the book of First Peter, it shows you that. 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 7. And the Heavenly Father delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. So have you seen the commercials and the movies, and you see all these sodomites holding hands, kissing? You get crazy from that shit, man. You know? And can you imagine them doing that thing all in front of you? You walk into the grocery store, you go buy fish at the market, you go and do this, you go do that. You see all these filthy things. You hear them talking about popping a dog in their rectum and all that type of stuff. You hear them talking about, I don't even want to repeat what the hell. But anyway, you hear them saying all these things and stuff like that. He was angry with it, man. He was like, oh, fuck these people. Have a problem with it. Annoyed, frustrated, angry, furious with their conversations, them filthy conversations that they was having. If you think them having conversations about having males that dress up as females, like monster females, monster whatever things, come in reading unto the children. If you think that is irritating, yeah, these people were doing stuff like that. Genesis 19:9. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn. They was talking about Lot. And he will needs be a judge. You just came here and you think you could just talk to us like that, man? You're not even an inhabitant of here. You just came here to sojourn and then about to go out again. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them? So they was like, man, we gonna mess you up worse than we would actually mess them up. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, old bastards too, so that they worried themselves to find the door. They were still trying to find the door, though. That's the crazy part. Anyway, you had Lot that was trying to give up his daughters, his 2 virgin daughters, just to save those 2 men from being violated, man. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Well, the same thing happened here again in the book of Judges chapter 19 with the certain sons of Belial. But these were Israelites. These were Benjamites. Right, so Judges chapter 19 verse 23, if I'm correct, let me see. Yeah, that we may know them. So, and the man, the master of the house, went out unto them and said unto them, nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you, do not so wickedly, seeing that this man is come into mine house, do not this folly. It is folly. Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden. Look, I don't even want to say anything about it, because to me it's crazy in itself that he would just offer up his daughters like, okay, do what you want with them. Don't do that unto this man. Basically, rape my daughters, but don't rape this man that I don't know, but I know it's a man. And you shouldn't do that to men, because I think it was explained here that such a thing ought not to be done unto a man. Let me see. Yeah, that was from Jacob's daughter, Dinah. It says it somewhere. I can't figure it out right now. But going on. Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them will I bring out now, and humble ye them. That word humble there, what do you think it means? It's the same thing as this one over here. How do you humble a person, a woman, against her? How do you how do you humble her? All right, so it says here, Deuteronomy chapter 21, or is it 20? I think it's 22 then. Oh yeah, 22. Yeah, it was 20. Yeah, Deuteronomy 22 and 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, she is not engaged, and lay hold on her, he grabbed her, and lie with her. I don't think it's. I think it's against her will, right there. And they be found. So basically, people find out about it. Then the man that lay with her, he already laid with her, shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he had humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. So, if you still don't know what that means, look, it's the same thing as this. He forced her. And if she, if she was betrothed, that guy needs to die. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then she shall bring them, and then ye shall bring them both unto the gate of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city. Yeah, if you in the city, you need to scream, and somebody gonna hear you, man. And the man, because he had humbled his neighbor's wife, he raped her. Yeah. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. But if the man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lie with her shall die. Why? But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. Yeah. A woman is not going to win. You know, you have certain strong chicks, they could win. You know, it's possible. But most likely, the guy is going to overpower her, just like how he would overpower another man when he would ambush that man, and he would win because he didn't see it coming. And all it needs is just a few strikes, real good strikes, with a weapon against your head or something like that, and you're knocked out. It's possible. It's possible that you win, but yeah, if he has a weapon and you didn't expect him to come behind you from outside of, like, from within the bushes or something like that, yeah, that's the same thing as with her. She can't win most of the time. So you don't kill her, you kill him. Right. So that's that part. It basically means rape. And if you still doubt it, then Deuteronomy 22, and then you can go to the other translations, which shows you that. Oh no, 28, I think. Rapes. Here. This is how you must do when a man rapes a virgin who isn't engaged, when the crime is discovered. Here, takes hold of her and rapes her. Here, another rape. That's how you humble a woman, you know. Right. And a lot of times, you know, I'm not talking about this right now. I'm talking about something loosely related to this. What do women a lot of time want? They want to be humbled in the bed. You know, they want to have their head down. In glory, by the way, which they love. I mean, when you plow them, they say, "Oh God, who's that God that's plowing her?" You're that God. Yeah, she's thanking some God for the delicious feeling that she's feeling at that moment in time. Anyway, basically, it's talking about rape. So it says it, Judges chapter 19, verse 24. Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Also the Judite concubine. Them will I bring out now, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man do not so vile a thing. But the man would not hearken to him. So the man took his concubine, and brought her forth unto them, and they knew her. Let me read it again. So the man, the Levite, took his concubine, and brought her forth unto them, and they raped her, and abused her all the night until the morning. They passed her around like a bunch of sons of Belial. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. Then came the woman in the dawning of the day, and fell down at the door of the man's house where her Lord was, till it was light. And by the way, that was her Lord, because that was his concubine. And then she called him Lord. She was supposed to, until she ran away and committed adultery on him too. You see, this is what happens back in the days when people do dumb shit. Especially women. Men too, by the way. But women that commit adultery, because nowadays it's rampant. And then they blame you. You wasn't there. You didn't give me the attention that I desired. Bitch, I'm at work. Fuck you talking about? Everything you got's mine. Yeah, but you could change job. You wouldn't want me then, you mother. Cause I ain't got the money. Then. And you start stressing out. That's why you should stay away from these bitches, man. You want a bitch, right? You should get a woman, not a goddamn hoe. But then again, you get what you deserve. Because it says here, the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha 26:23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. And don't think that, godly men never had like wicked women. Yeah, they did. But a lot of times it could be prevented because you know, like that's not a good woman. And still you're trying to tap that ass stick. That's just, it happens. It does happen. I have seen it like, man, that's fucked up, man. But hey, the Lord is going to punish her. But your dumb ass, you got burnt. You got burned too, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to watch out who you stick your dick in, man. Why are you trying to get these hoes, man? Oh, she look cute. Oh, she look pretty. Oh, she give good head. She give good. Every dude that was before you gave good head, but still she's single. You know what that means? It don't matter how fine she is. All the men before you said she ain't shit. That's what. There's a meme about that even. It doesn't matter how fine your woman is. Someone hates her. Meme. Something like that. Or someone says she ain't shit. Something like that. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't matter how good she looks. Someone somewhere. Someone somewhere is tired of her shit. Meme. Something like that. This one. That's what I was looking for, actually. I remember this one. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. No matter how good she looks, someone somewhere is a Latin chick. No matter how good she looks, someone somewhere is tired of her shit. Another Latin chick over here. That's why I don't like these big booty bitches. I look at them like I spit on you. I'm not doing it physically, but in my mind, I fucking spit on you. I spit on you like the dog that you are, you shameless beast. I hate your guts, actually. You know what I'm saying? I actually do. I kind of fucking hate them. Why just look at them? I hate them. I don't like you. You're just like that. I hate you. I already know what type of motherfucker you. I hate you. I already know, like, Satan. Oh shit. Why are you still alive? Because, verse 14. This is why. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. For themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people that doth not understand shall fall. If you don't get it, you're going to find out. And the females that be doing that shit, the Lord got a plan for you. You know, I met a female. You know what she said? Yeah, because y'all didn't keep the law, therefore, I don't have to keep myself faithful to y'all. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. That was not my girlfriend, by the way. But we was talking, and that's what she said. That was her reasoning for being like a demon. I said, like, hey, wait a minute, but the scripture says, turn ye and come back to the Father. So we need to turn and come back to the Father. The ways, you shouldn't be doing that than what you're doing with these dudes. Yeah, and that's their mindset, man. That's why you need to watch out for a female that knows the scripture. She doesn't know shit. But she claims and professes that she knows. I always learned that you should watch out for them church females. Those are one of the biggest demons in existence, because they're going to want to use scriptures against you. That's why you got to watch out for them demonic females like that. You know, that they think that they know something. Here. The book of Sirach, 9 verse 1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. At that, she's going to use it. She's going to use it. You know, that's why you shouldn't be teaching them certain scriptures. Like, they might use it against another man. Cause that's what they do. That's what they do. Isaiah chapter 9 verse Isaiah chapter 32 verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Ooh, yeah, you do these ones. No, I think that way. These ones, the ones that do these things. You adulterous whores. You adulterous whores. Sorry, it's this one actually. You adulterous Jacob descendant females. Thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. That was a punishment because the men were being harlots with other gods compared to against the Heavenly Father. So he punished us, which is right. It's good. It's got what we deserve. But Now you're turning back to Yahweh Bashem Yahashai, and she now knows the truth again. She shouldn't be doing that, but she still wants to do it. Like I said, I talked to a girl. I met a girl that did that shit. I met it. I know exactly who I'm talking about right now. So she did that shit. And she gonna figure it out. She gonna figure it out. But but just like in the book of John chapter 8, Yahushua it's still able to forgive her. It's possible that she will be forgiven. You know, it's possible. So yeah, it's possible. So hey, you know, I don't hate you that much. I actually don't hate you at all. I just think you're stupid. But I don't even hate big booty bitches. I just look at them and I know they're evil, so I stay away from them. Let me say that. Hate is a big word that I use often. I might hate your guts from time to time, but you know, we will see if I feel that way in another time or something like that. You know, I might not think that same way. Therefore, so because we sinned against the Lord, therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. So that's what happened to us. So a lot of females read this and then they think, oh, I can do whatever I want. Oh, no, you can't. That was a punishment upon the nation of Israel. You're going to get upon the sons of Israel, the men, because they sinned against the Lord, which we symbolically are his wife. So we committed adultery by going to other gods. That's why he put the women against us, our women. But now we're waking up to the truth and we start to understand, because if you don't understand, you're going to fall. So now we start to understand, be like, oh, that's what's happening. Now you stay away from people like that. You stay away from females like that. If you can tell a man by his attire and his gait. Attire. Here. The book of Sirach 19:29. A man may be known by his look. Here. You don't often see these people, but when you do see them, what do they look like to you? They look like they have estrogen. I want to say something gruesome, boy, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. Just they look like estrogen. They look like they want to be women. Look at it. They got eyeliner and shit. They look like a bunch of devil worshippers. That's what they look like. I mean, you dress the part. Look at this shit. He looked like he's supposed to be in jail behind this thing over here. I don't even know what this thing is called, but what's this thing again? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know it in the Dutch, man. I just know, like, you don't wear this, man. You don't wear this. You don't do that. Like a Jamaican tank top with holes in it, but that's because it's hot over there. That's something else. And they're not sodomized. They'll bust your face in if you call them one, boy. You need to watch out. You know, you look like this to me. That's what you look like. You look like a Caucasus male with a tan, with a brown skin, different shades of brown. You look weird. You look like a girl. What are you? That's what, you know. The point is, a man may be known by his look. It may be, because you got some tough, bearded, strong-looking jakes that are sons of Belial in the jail cells. You know, knocking out dudes and trying to get them pregnant. That's what the fuck they do. That's what type of things that they're doing over there. You know, but they look tough. When you see him on the street, you be like, oh man, it's probably a tough guy or something like that. He looking at you sideways. You be thinking in yourself like, hey man, he probably want to fight. Fuck you looking at that nigga. What's up? He looking at you like, man, you look cute. You know, so you got those type of dudes too. Don't forget about that. So it's not all the times you can tell a book by a cover, but sometimes you can tell a book by its cover, man. You can just look at them like, oh shit, this is weird over here. The high priest cannot, he see through you. He sees your soul, so you can't hide from him, but that's another story. And none that had understanding by his countenance. Sorry. And one that had understanding by his countenance. A lot of times, we could look at a person and you'd be like, this guy ain't no dummy. Some people, when you look at it in their face, they look stupid. They just look stupid. You got those type of guys too. You just be looking at them like, I'm amazed how dumb you look. You look dumb. You look like you look like the type of guy that watched paint dry or something like that. You just look stupid, Or I know you're gonna make a stupid a mistake, like something dumb, stupid, actually I should say. When thou meetest him, and I think the next verse is then. Yeah, verse 30. Wait, what did I do here? Oh no! Oh shit, sorry. I just read this one, and then therefore I need this one. Now, Sirach, in the Apocrypha Ecclesiasticus, 19 and 30. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is. A man's attire. His clothing. His clothing. This is your attire. Here's your clothing. Don't get me wrong. You got badass sodomites, that be doing evil beyond P. Diddy type things. Often these caucus people in these churches and stuff like that. And in these CIA things. CIA, wait. CIA staffers committed sex crimes against children, but nobody talked about it. The CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, a lot of them got suits and ties on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ain't hearing nothing about this. How come you ain't hearing nothing about this? It's their media. What the fuck would they tell on themselves? Somebody reported it, but they're not following up on it like how they're doing with O.J. Simpson. Every year it's a new documentary about the Simpsons. Now they got a documentary about Nicole. Nicole, the world should know her. What? Get that weird ass female out of here. So yeah, they did that, and they're still doing it until this day. So just because you wear a suit and tie don't mean I'm looking different at them. So to me it's kind of, I have things in my head, so I blame them for everything. If I bump my knee, I blame them. So I'm gonna bump my toes. Actually, I should have said. I blame them for making the street all fucked up. Even if it's in the house. Oh, your house is too small. That's why I bump my toe. I hate you. A man's clothing, an excessive laughter, like this guy. What's his name? See, I laugh too. But. Believe me, man. I'm angrier than you think. I'm angrier than you think. But what's this guy again? This guy. When he laughs, he throws his neck back, and then you could see his tonsils. This guy is a real woman. He's a strong black woman. This type of laughter. Yeah. This one. Okay. I hate people like that, man. I'm telling you. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? These type of guys. These type of people. I already want to click it away. As soon as I see a dude with his tongue out, I'm furious. I'm actually angry. I'm livid. Anyway, you can tell what type of person that is by the way he's laughing. You'd be like, no, that's not. No. And his gait. What is his gait? His walk. So the way he walked, right? If you see this, you see a man switching his hips like this, you already know that's a problem. Now this is a condition, yeah. But who walks like this? Like a normal man, like a healthy man? If you see a healthy man, his hip go that way or this way, you should already know what type of dude that is. He walking funny. You know what I'm saying? He walking funny. Your gait is just the way you walk. A person's manner of walking. If you swing your hips like that as a man, I don't need to explain anything. The gait itself explains who you really are. Hip swing phase. That's what women's supposed to be doing. It's not hip swing. I just said hip swing. Show what he is. He's a sodomite. You got them holes in your clothing, and you got makeup on your face and stuff like that. I already know what type of dude you are. You know, some can hide it. They're good. So I'm not talking about 100% of them. But yeah, so okay.